The fear that the human frame is a fragile construct is a persistent ghost in the modern fitness halls. There is a widespread belief that the body, when denied a constant stream of external energy, will immediately turn on itself and consume its own functional machinery. The truth is simpler. The system isn't listening to the panic of the mind. It follows a rigid hierarchy of preservation. It views muscle not as disposable kindling, but as the load-bearing architectural pillars of the entire operation. It will burn almost anything else before it ever compromises its own structural integrity. To believe otherwise is to ignore the fundamental logic of biological survival. A skyscraper in the middle of a power outage serves as a useful model. The building does not begin to dismantle its own steel support beams to start a fire in the lobby for warmth. Instead, it draws from the backup fuel stored in the basement. The scale lies because it cannot distinguish between the loss of intracellular water and the actual degradation of fiber. When the system is pushed into a fasted state, it enters a state of high-efficiency mobilization. The hidden hierarchy of fuel ensures that the most valuable assets are protected by a sophisticated hormonal shield. The shift begins with insulin suppression. Insulin is the body's primary storage officer. When its levels drop, the vault doors to the fat stores are left wide open. This is the prerequisite for metabolic flexibility. Rising adrenaline then acts as the high-voltage spark plug, igniting the engine's secondary fuel tanks before the first movement occurs. Simultaneously, growth hormone enters the bloodstream as an elite bodyguard, placing a biological do-not-touch sign on the structural integrity of the body, while the metabolic cleaning crew focuses on fat. During the lifting session, the body is never running on empty. It utilizes a network of onboard battery packs, ATP, creatine, and intramuscular glycogen. The idea that the body would ignore these accessible caches to tear down its own machinery is a logical error. It would be like a factory owner burning the assembly line tools while the warehouse is full of coal. The fat pipeline is activated like a high-speed conveyor belt, providing clean, focused energy without the interference of a full stomach. The system is optimized for output, not for digestion. Once the weights are racked, the metabolism enters a clearance mode sweep. This is where nutrient partitioning acts like a metabolic GPS. Incoming nutrients are rerouted toward the muscle expressway and away from the fat cul-de-sac. The system is no longer looking to store excess. It is looking for materials to reinforce the architecture that was just tested under tension. These benefits linger like a fading echo for up to 72 hours, improving how every subsequent gram of food is handled. Training in this state acts like compounding interest in a high-yield account. Each session adds a layer of efficiency, turning the body into a hybrid engine. To achieve this, the protocol must focus on precision engineering rather than a demolition derby. Heavy, steady tension signals that muscle is essential. The final click of the mechanism is the strategic refeed, the reconstruction crew arriving with the exact blueprints to solidify the work. Sleep remains the final coat of varnish. When the recovery is secured, the body stops its internal resistance and finally grants systemic permission for the transformation to begin.